What's up, everybody? I'm Uncle Bill, and welcome to the very first edition of Physical Media Acquisitions and Recommendations, also known as Uncle Bill's A&R. I just put that in there because I really didn't want to call it a haul video because, I hate doing those. It's show and tell for grown-ups is really what it is. But we're going to do it. We're going to show off our play pretties tonight. And I realize how that just sounded now. And just talk about some of the newer releases that I got, some of the recommendations out of the new releases that I got, and then some of the things that should be coming up soon, but also a very, very funny, sad story that happened to me today in the mean streets of Cracker Bottomables. But before we dive into that, let's see who's in the chat tonight. We've got Kevin Smith, Movie Junkie John, Dan Williams, Zach Quam. I've never seen that one before. Chris C, Witch Hunter, 4K Tent Revival, Matthew Black, Killer Pizza, Jared Strupler, Rob Zilla, Ice Bowie, the Mayor, Texas is in here, Lawn Furniture. That's always, yeah. Always good to have your lawn furniture. Dick Fitzwell, Dylan, Da Vinci. Wow. And Noah's in here. I don't know if it's Elena or Alana is in here. Alana Morissette. Alana. Okay. And so first let's start with a story. This is I don't know. You'll either find this funny, depressing, or a combination of both. I know I did. So there was supposed to be a lot more physical media that I would show on this tonight because I had a Vinegar Syndrome package, actually 2 Vinegar Syndrome packages that were scheduled to be delivered today to the house. So they were delivered at 11:15, and let me give you a little story here. I'll tuck you in with this story about how our post office system works. They have a driver that drives what appears to be a 1987 Toyota Tercel with like a little light on top of it. And that person is roughly 100 years old, and they do not bring anything up to my house because I live on a hill and the mailbox is at the bottom of the hill. So what they do, and this is quite possibly one of the shittiest things ever, is they open the flap of the mailbox and then they set my boxes down on top of the flap. So there was 2 boxes. So I got busy at work today, and usually I'll try to go out there and get them like as quickly as I can, like when they send me the delivery notification. But I didn't get out there until I think it was about 2 o'clock. And I look out there, the mailbox lid is open as it is when they put shit on it. There's nothing on there. So I go out there, I look in my mailbox, nothing. Look around the mailbox, nothing. Go up to the porch, look around the porch, stuff like that. Absolutely nothing. Contact the post office, and they're like, well, it's been delivered. So I have, for the very first time since I've ever lived here, been a victim of porch pirates. In this case, I guess mailbox pirates. Um, and I know exactly what happened. They just fucking like drove by the mailbox. They saw that shit sitting there on the flap, and somebody opened the passenger side window as you're driving by. That's right beside the road, and just grabbed the shit. I know that's what happened because I don't know if people are familiar or not about this area of Eastern Kentucky, but it's heavy on the drug use. And I was mad at first, but then like I had an epiphany and a thought came to my mind that made me laugh and kind of get over the whole thing. Weirdly enough, there's 2 things that allowed me to get over this pretty quickly. The first of which is that for some reason Vinegar Syndrome shit is insured. So when I went to like check the tracking and everything, and you can request like um an investigation or something like that, which I did, like a postal investigation for theft. But this it's listed as being insured. I don't know if that's something that Vinegar Syndrome just does. I know I didn't pay anything extra for that or anything, so yeah, that's in there. But the real thing that got me on this, the real thing that made me like kind of get over it is somewhere in a holler in Eastern Kentucky full of like people that, love NASCAR and fishing and Trump. There's a dude that's got Annie Lee's meat pies, a bunch of Vinegar Syndrome shirts, and like some Spookies pins. And I guarantee he ain't got no fucking idea what to do with them. Like I can guarantee, like he's sitting, like he probably got that thinking, "Oh my god, this is going to be fucking off the chain. Whatever this is, it could be anything, a iPhone or something." And he's like, "Some is that Mr. Miyagi?" Yeah, it is. So good luck with all that. Uh, I'm going to be checking Facebook Marketplace because I'm positive these people have no idea what to do with this stuff, and will probably. I mean, they're not going to be able to sell it around here. If they get their ass laughed out of a pawn shop or any place like that if they tried to sell any of that stuff. So I feel like it'll probably show up on Facebook Marketplace. I don't think they know how to use eBay, so I'm highly doubting that. Uh, but so yeah, there was going to be a lot more stuff to show on here, but you know, there's not. Yeah, if you go to Bull Creek this weekend, Wes, and if you see like Annie Lee's meat pies for like $4 or something down there, go ahead and get it for me if you would. I'm not guarantee it, man. Like, there's no other place where they could put that stuff to sell it. Like, it will be on Facebook Marketplace. You can't take it to a pawn shop. None of that stuff anybody's going to give a shit about. Um, you're not gonna be able to sell it to anybody around here because nobody knows what any of that stuff is except me and Wes. I guess I could sell it to Wes. Uh, that's the only like option they have. They don't know how to use eBay. Like they're not gonna work their way through. They don't even have bank accounts. They can't enter their damn bank account in there. So, yeah, I do have neighbors, but I only have one neighbor, and he lives like directly beside of me, and like we know each other fairly well. And I'm pretty positive that he would have like told me immediately if he got it. So I mean, it's possible that it got delivered to somebody else's house, like, down the road somewhere by mistake. Um, but I guess when they do this investigation, that's something that they'll look into. I don't know how that all that shit works. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna really be on the lookout for, like, anybody wearing a Vinegar Syndrome shirt anywhere in this area, and I'll know exactly, like, who stole it. If I see anybody wearing it that's not Wes, I'm gonna know, like, what's going on. So anyway, I got my ghost face mug. They didn't steal that, so fuck them. Let's go into some stuff though. That was the start of my day. A lot of people on here are sharing stories about stuff that's happened to them in terms of like getting stuff stolen. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I mean, porch pirating has become like a sport at this point. It's become like one of the easiest things to get away with. I have two cameras on this house. Unfortunately, the camera, like, is in the front of the house is blocked by our vehicles, so, like, it doesn't see down to the mailbox. Um, so that wouldn't have mattered anyway. The other camera would have seen cars coming by, but it wouldn't have seen the mailbox, so I don't know how good that would have done. Um, but yeah, I hate people. There's a lot of people, not all people, but there's a lot of people that just are ridiculously shitty. Um, Maybe it'll turn up, maybe somebody'll bring it to me. I kinda figured if that was gonna happen, it probably would've happened today, but we'll see. Let's talk about some other stuff though that I got. Oh my god, yeah, don't even mention catalytic converters around here, or as they say around here, Cadillac converters. Like, nobody calls it catalytic converter, they always call it a Cadillac converter because they think that's what it is. Um, yeah, there's so many, like there's a video out there. Somebody could find this on YouTube, it's freaking hilarious. I don't know how you'd find it, but there was a guy that right up the road here that videoed a guy trying to steal his catalytic converter. He caught him doing it, and it's just a video of this guy, like, catching this guy underneath his car and then basically just emasculating him for, like, 5 minutes until he cries, almost cries, and just runs away. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I have no sympathy for anybody that does stuff like this. I don't. I do not. Anybody that steals shit like that from somebody's house or steals stuff from somebody's car, just I hope that while he was driving, Annie Lee's meat pie slid underneath the brake pedal. He wasn't able to stop. He just ran into a train. I really don't care. Um, but yeah, let's go on. So this first one I got this in about a couple of weeks ago, and I got it right around the time that I got a region free Blu-ray player in, courtesy of Wes. Who knows if it's any count? You know how he is. It could be good, it could not be good. Who gives a fuck at this point? Um, but this one is from Entertainment One in UK, and I never got any version of this movie, and I always wanted a version of this movie. So this is Sorcerer, William Friedkin's Sorcerer, which is possibly in my top 5 movie list. If you've never seen this movie, then shame on you. Like, you should totally fucking get this. Some version of this. There's a Scream Factory, maybe, or a Shout Select version of this. No, I'm wrong. That's not true. There's a version of this. It's out of print. I don't know what. It's not Scream Factory though. It's another version, but um, this one is one of my favorites. And the only special feature on it is the conversation with Freakin' and Nicholas Winding Refn, which is fucking killer. If you've never seen that, it's on YouTube. Um, but this looks great in a Blu-ray, and I'm glad to finally have some sort of copy of this movie. So I got that. Listen, I fell in love with this movie after we did the Laura Marie Taylor interview, and I actually watched this movie for the first time in preparation for that interview. And I was as I was watching it, I was like, you're watching a movie and sometimes you can just tell, like, this is like it's gonna be one of those awful cult movies that I'm gonna, like, love, and it's just so bizarre that it sticks with you, and, for some reason, it just stuck. It's not a good movie, but by God, it's a cultish, enjoyable movie. There's something about it that you can't, like, turn away from, and that is, um, Neighbors, which this is the Mill Creek version. I got this super cheap, which is why I got it. So it's meant to look like an old VHS tape, which I love the design of these. I think these are, like, some of my favorite designs here. It's meant to look like, one of those old ones like that, but it's actually just the Blu-ray. But killer packaging, and I don't think there's any special features on it at all. It's just a movie, and I'm sure it's probably fucking in full screen or something crazy from Mill Creek, but no, it's actually in widescreen, so God bless them. Very bizarre movie, definitely not for everybody, but I loved it. And it was the movie I was most excited to talk about with her when we did that interview, and I think it's the movie that I actually probably ended up talking about the most. How the hell did it get made? What went into it? Just because, like, you watch it and you're just kind of just dumbfounded by how something like this gets made. And it's a lot like The Burbs, and I think The Burbs probably took a lot of inspiration from that movie. So let's go to the chat real quick here. I haven't done that yet. And I apologize. I'm so upset about these porch pirates. Fan of Eli, which is a great name, says, "Did you pre-order Hellraiser and the Psycho box set?" Yes, to both. I'm anxiously awaiting that. Jackson Jack says he just bought The Wind with Megalodon Foster from Arrow and Alone in the Dark from Scream Factory, both on Amazon. Alone in the Dark came with a slipcover. Is it not too old of a release? No, it's an old release. Some of those just don't sell well, and I don't think that one did. I agree with you, Movie Junkie John. I know that's crazy because he did The Exorcist, but I think that Sorcerer is the best freaking film. I think I could be wrong about this. Like, I know To Live and Die in LA was one, and there was another one. It could have been The French Connection. I can't remember what it was that he was working on with Kino, and they just kind of gave up because he was being such a ass about everything. Sorcerer would have been a great Kino release. I don't think it'll probably happen now, but does Sorcerer that I have a commentary on the Blu-ray? No, I don't think so. About Neighbors, John says it's very bizarre but awesome. It is. What about that movie where John Ritter gets stuck in the TV? Stay tuned. That's the name of that movie. I used to love that movie when I was a kid. It's great because it just had like a bunch of different like vignettes and setups in it. Um, all the different channels that he watched, kind of like in UHF where there were different shows and stuff. Yeah, like the contact lenses that he wears in it are just it's so bizarre. Belushi, yeah, Belushi was like this was his relapse that he had right before he died in this movie. There's a lot of cocaine being done on the set, and he passed away. I think it was something crazy, like either days or weeks after the movie was finished. Thoughts on the movie True Romance? I love the movie, but I haven't seen it in a while. Christopher Walken and shit, Dennis. You know the Dennis I'm talking about are awesome in it. Oh, that's right. That's what it was. They were working on the Bug 4K at Kino, and they just kind of gave up. I think. Yeah. So who knows? That could eventually come out now. It depends on who's in charge of his estate. Thoughts on the Eli Roth's new Thanksgiving trailer? I was both. We've got a video up of our reactions to that trailer somewhere. Uh, I was both like impressed and also kind of let down at the same time. I was impressed that he kept some of the shit in there, um, but from the original Grindhouse trailer. But I was also kind of like, it looks much slicker and like modern, like Scream looking than I think it should. Like I think he should have went all out and tried to do something like where it looked 80s slasherish. Wes, you'll have to answer this question because I have no idea. Do we have any Dead Pit hats in stock currently? I have no idea. How you doing, Cable Channel 11? Dennis Hopper. Yeah, sorry about that. I've never seen Freakin's Rampage because I've never been able to find like a copy of it or anything. I think that it's on is it on Tubi or something shit crazy like that? Like it's on something. Somebody was talking about it not too long ago. Uh, Gary says, "Wait till you see this film that just came out in Australia called Brutal Death." Oh, well, I will wait on that, sir. All right, so Severin stuff. We got to do a review of this soon. Maniac 2 on the run. It's actually Maniac 2 Love to Kill. It's actually not even Love to Kill. It's actually the last horror film. Um, but got this one in. You got to give them credit. That's probably going to be a contender for like the cover of the year. I mean, come on. So, haven't opened this one yet. I can probably going to have to watch it before tomorrow. It comes with a booklet and the film, and it was way overpriced, as everything that Severin ever does is. I haven't watched that in. I think the last time I watched it, somebody had like a DVD-R. It might have been Dana or Steve or somebody made a DVD-R of it. And that was the last time I ever watched it. I watched it one time. I've not seen the trailer to John Carpenter's new true crime TV show. Is that a real fucking thing? If so, I'm gonna find it on here and we're all gonna watch it if that really exists. Okay, so Rampage is on Amazon in standard def. Okay. How am I feeling about the new Toxic Avenger? Not great. Not great. All right. New trailer for Dark Harvest. Somebody else mentioned that today too. I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh my god. Hold on. Hold on. We got to. We got to. I've got the technology now. I don't think my computer will freeze up. Oh god. Please tell me this isn't real. Oh god, it's real. Okay. So I don't know. Is Wes, are you still in here? I don't want to have something happen to us get like fucking copyright strike, go into the Steve territory. If I watch this Peacock official trailer for John Carpenter's Suburban Scream, shit, is that gonna like trigger something in the algorithm to take us down? I'll wait on that answer. Fan of Eli says, when will the price of Blade in the Dark 4K go down? It won't before it sells out. That's the problem. So, that being said, since I kind of knew that going into it because of the type of box that it was, here's my version of Blade in the Dark, which might also be a contender for the box of the year, the packaging of the year, because this, I'll make sure there's no nudity on here. There's not, but there's excessive gore, which is fine. This is an amazing package. Let me just say that. Uh, and when you open it up, it's got, of course, I don't know why this has become such a thing now. It's got you a little booklet in it. I always have to watch these Vinegar Syndrome releases because I'll be damned if they don't. Like, yeah, there's a naked woman on the back of it. I can't even show any of it. Never mind. Like, they don't consider anybody that's going to be reviewing this or looking at this online. They're just like, we're going to put boobies all over it. That's not how you do it, bulls. You got to cover it up so I can review it. But that's an amazing set. I loved that packaging when I first saw it. But I was going to see if it would like hold up for the sale. It's not going to though. It's in the probably the 500s by now if I was guessing. So check that out if you get a chance. Watching X-Files with Bruce Campbell, Wild Wrangler. That's an interesting episode there. What's the next 80s slasher you want on 4K? Rocktober Blood. Oh my god, dude. Yeah. 319 copies left of Blade in the Dark. I thought it would be in the 500s because the last time I looked, which was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was like 600. Let's see. When is shit. Good question, man. Um we actually Wes actually asked about this not too long ago. And I don't want to say anything about it because I don't know how much they want anybody to know right now, but um soon. Fan of Eli says he loves demons. Can you tell if it's a Bava film? You mean Blade in the Dark? Can you tell if Blade in the Dark is a Bava film? It's a giallo. It's nothing like demons, really. It's like a slasher giallo, but it's good. I mean, it's a really good film. I don't think you'll get the same effect as demons, though. Slippy apparently put out a clip today of Trick or Treat. Listen, the thing about them, both those guys, is they're going to make sure that that looks as good as it can possibly look. So if that takes a while, I feel like that we should be kind of okay, like because when it comes out, it's going to be amazing. Uh, Dirk. Um. Oh yeah, yeah. The slasher dude still hoping Summer Camp Nightmare comes to disc one day. That's one that just it always gets brought up and never always the bridesmaid, never the bride. It really is. That really needs to be released in 4K as one of the most exciting shark movies that has ever existed. Splatterville, no, probably not. If you want to know the story behind that, by the way, several of the past interviews that we've done with Felshire, people have brought that up, and it's probably never coming out. So this one was on sale. I got this one from Amazon because this is probably one of the best modern films out there, and this is a great film. Uh, this is Last Night in Soho, the 4K, and it's bombed like crazy at the box office. It's an Edgar Wright film, the guy that did, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End. It's a I don't know, some people liked it, some people hated it. I loved it. I thought it was a great, like, breath of fresh air within all the franchise and sequels and Marvel and DC movies and shit like that. It was nothing like any of those. And this was super cheap too, um, because unfortunately, like I said, it bombed. But definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. I don't even know if there is any special features. Deleted scenes. That's about it. Looks like. Yeah. Let's do a poll. I wish I could do a fucking poll on here and figure out how to do that. I'm sure there's some way to do it that I have no earthly idea. But what's everyone's take on Last Night in Soho? No, Hammerhead did not get naked in that one. Okay, so Carter says, Anya Taylor-Joy is the hottest alien being ever. Noah says, "Beautiful movie, too bad the plot and characters are dog shit." What is this Notorious New is you mean existentially speaking? Like, what is this in general? This life? Like a Creed song? Like, what's this life for? Or do you mean like what is this show? Or what is this, uh, 4K that I'm holding? Pronouns, pal. Jackson Jack says, oh, he doesn't say that. Chris C says, last night in Soho, I have that 4K Terrence stamp is in it too. Dirk says that it's a solid one. Mayor says that he thinks that Last Night in Soho is Edgar Wright's best film. Damn. I think it's fantastic. Texas says good movie. Says Carta. You can do a poll on the YouTube chat. I think. Holy shit! Wait. How do I do it, boy? Somebody help me out. I'll be doing polls on this thing all the time. Splatterville says, when will the tour of Italy return? Around Halloween, around the first part of October, probably leading into Halloween. Matt says he enjoys Soho. Awesome soundtrack, not perfect story wise, but it's worth watching. Yep. MG has not seen it. Let's talk about things that Anya Taylor Joy can do to people. What's the date today? The 14th. All right. So up next is I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why, because I had every single other one of these like big box editions, but I did not buy this one. I just got burnt out on them and just stopped. And I feel like that's okay because I actually think this is the best cover that Synapse did for any of these. And so I'm perfectly fine with this edition. This is the 2-disc edition of Dario Argento's Tenebrae. And I'm going with that cover, y'all, out of any of the covers that I've seen. I know it doesn't come with the book and the shit that's in it, but it does come with like a ton of special features and the 4K and Blu-ray. And it's one of my favorite Argento movies. It could be up in the top 3, actually. Um, I'm sure that most people in here have seen Tenebrae. Almost, like, you've got to have seen it. If not, then if you're not a fan of like Italian films in general, still you should probably watch it. Uh, let's see here. Noah's into that one now. It and Deep Red are tied for John. So this this is a movie radio show. Yeah, kind of. Carter says he loves it to death. Chris says it's top 5 Argento. God, man, like that shit changes for me constantly though. Like top 5 Argento is almost an impossibility because like I'll go back and watch some of his films and be like, this is the better one, or this is and watch another one and think, well, this is a better one. The only one that hasn't aged well to me personally, and I know people love this movie, is Phenomena. Um, it just has not aged well. There's too much crap going on in it. It's got good parts, but Altogether, it's a kind of a mess of a movie. But Opera, Inferno, Deep Red, Tenebrae, Sleepless, um, Four Flies, Cat o' Nine Tails, Bird, they're all great. I say this all the time, and, like, people say I'm crazy, but I do believe this, like, this is probably, like, it has my favorite sequence of any of his films, and I think it's the best looking film too, like you said. It is a crazy film, that's what I'm saying. Some people love it, some people hate it. The second act is insane. Wes says hats are still in stock if anybody was looking for a hat, so yeah. 30 on Venmo, 35 on PayPal. Buy it now, rock for your party. Inferno, I figured that one would already be out. Do you, Mayor? Well, buddy, fine. Like it. Love it. You go to bed with it, put it on your pillow, wake it up in the morning and give it a kiss and make it coffee. Gall. Uh, speaking of which, one of the dumbest movies ever made. This is Scream Factory. My Demon Lover. Scott Valentine's in this. I don't care what you say about it. I don't care what you think about it. I grew up watching this movie. It's ridiculously stupid. The special effects are awful. Um, it's a horrible, like, hybrid comedy film that they were doing around this time period in the 80s. Um, Nostalgia. What do you want? I mean, that's all I can say. And this probably cost me $40 is the sad thing about this. This they price these damn things like literally when you pay taxes and shipping, it's like $40. So whatever. Let's see. Special features. There's a new 2K scan. That's great. Dating is Hell, which is like a featurette. The Monster Next Door inside the FX. They have a interview with this person that did the score. Hey God. There is just an 88-minute version on here, boys. It's rated PG-13 for your enjoyment. Yeah. Yes, I am paying $40 for that. That's what I said. I didn't say it was right. I didn't even say that it was logical or like that it was a good idea. I just said that I did it. It happened. Um, actually is wait. Actually, is My Demon Lover good? It's on YouTube and I skimmed through it and it seemed boring. No, it's not good. I've said this. It's not a good movie. You should not buy it. I bought it because of nostalgia. Same reason that I buy shit like Gleaming the Cube or um, I'm sure there's 100 other ones. The Barbarian Brothers, any of their films, they're not good films. It is Mallory's boyfriend from Family Ties, yeah, Scott Valentine. So there's somebody that likes it. Matthew says it's fun 80s schlock. So there you go. Yeah, it's stupid. It's along the same lines of like all those movies that came out, like My Best Friend's a Vampire, and My Grandmother's a Werewolf, and My Papaw's a Mutant, and like that was a big thing there in the 80s, the late 80s for a while. Oh yeah, Armed and Dangerous with Eugene Levy and John Candy. I used to watch that shit all the time too, and I would probably buy that, um, just for nostalgia. It's a horrible movie, but same kind of thing. Once Bitten, exactly. Now, I swear to God, I watched that movie probably 100 times when I was a kid. No idea who Jim Carrey was. Nobody knew who Jim Carrey was at that time when that movie came out. Like, he was probably in the middle of doing his stand-up and everything when that movie came out. The big star of that movie wasn't even him, it was that Lauren Hutton or Lauren something that was a model at that time. Um, It's a great movie, though. I mean, it's silly as hell, but it is, like, really, really fun. Meemaw's a necrophiliac. Yeah, that sounds like one of those fucking, uh, not toe tag, but what's that company that releases everything like that now? Meemaw's a necrophiliac. Oh, I didn't know this, that, Kino is coming out with a 4K of Uncle Buck, so maybe Armed and Dangerous is on the way. Here's a funny side note about Armed and Dangerous. It has Meg Ryan in it, and we're talking like she looked like she was about 20 years old, Meg Ryan. Like, she had, like, a Marky Post haircut and, like, looked like she's way too young to even be, like, acting. Vamp, it's a good one. No, you should never feel bad for anything that you buy because people shit on anything you do or buy. They don't care. People like to feel good about themselves by shitting on other people. That's what people do. I'm guilty of it. You're guilty of it. That's how the world works. Unless you have any kind of self awareness, which nobody does. Is Marky Post dead? Oh, is Marky Post didn't die? Please, somebody look this up and tell me that Marky Post did not die. Anyway, the next one, hopefully Dana's in here. I don't know. Dana might be doing her own stream. She died? What the fuck? What? I gotta look this up. I can't be. Not Marky Post. If anybody doesn't know who Marky Post is, then get the hell out of here for God's sake. Think I won't be hanging out with a bunch of people that aren't post-its? I'm just kidding, by the way, because probably like 90% of the people would leave this chat. Uh, Marky Post was in Night Court. That was probably her claim to fame. But she was also in a ton of like those Lifetime kind of style movies. She was, yeah, she was Cameron Diaz's mom, and There's Something About Mary. She did. God, that's a bummer. Well, glasses up for Marky Post. You will be missed, ma'am. Dick Fitzwell with the super chat. Thank you, sir. I bought the Leprechaun and Saw Steelbook from Walmart. The only good thing is the digital code. Well, that's good to know then. I have no intention of buying any of that shit. So, although there is one I do want to buy, and I'll tell you why. I want to buy the Gate because the Gate from Walmart is just the Vestron version, which is now kind of like getting hard to find with a different cover. And I don't give a shit about the cover. I just want the Vestron version of the movie. Yeah, that's true. No, half the cast of Night Court are dead. Yes, we do. In fact, have signed copies of Into the Pit available. I think you're selling them on Facebook or something. Actually, I don't know where you're selling them anymore. We're probably selling them down at the flea market. Didn't mean to bum you out. Oh yeah, that's fine. I just had no idea. Here I am going around thinking Marky Post is fine. No, I don't have the Vestron Gate. That's one of the few that I do not have in that collection. I don't know why. I am willing to bet that by the end of the next year, they will have done one or both of those movies. Elves is just sitting there. Elves is perfect. I guarantee you there's probably no problem with Elves, like copyright wise. There's something wrong with body count. I don't know what it is, but there was a phase there where they were releasing everything Diodato did. And that's a slasher film that he did. Like there's got to be some sort of hang up with that movie. Yeah, the Candyman, Day of the Dead slipcover is the Vestron one too. Elves they can't find. They'll find it. Dan Haggerty will help them. I have not seen the trailer for Totally Killer. Now that you're in here, Wes, can I watch the trailer of John Carpenter's Suburban Screams on here or not? Like, will that get us in trouble? Well, fuck, man. Go back and just do some shitty version of it. Just put it on something with the material that they got. It was Winston's, I think, not Marlboro's. Try it and see. All right. Y'all ready for this? It's only a minute and 20 seconds long. Let's see what this nonsense looks like. Hold on. Let me make sure this is right. Is this the one that somebody can give me a heads up on this? Is this the one that he did from his house? Or is this something else? Like he remote controlled this one in? All right. Let's see how I can do this here real quick. Hell, boys, there's got to be an easier way to do it than that. What this? There we go. Let's go ahead and make this full screen and we'll get this shit started. Here we go with John Carpenter's Suburban Screams. Hope the audio's on here.
In every neighborhood, there's always that one house that you ride your bike past just a little bit faster than the others.
Oh shit!
Who would do something like this?
We now accepted that we were the hunted. I was scared to death.
In one night, police fielded 50 calls about a man in a rabbit suit with a hatchet.
This was real.
Now you're locking windows. You're locking doors.
I know that house, and I know what it's capable of.
There's something wrong with this place.
What in the So is that real? Is it supposed to be like true stories? Or is it fiction? I can't tell. It looked okay. I mean, it didn't look like John Carpenter did it, but it looked all right. What was the other thing that somebody just said too?
Most people have no clue that in
No,
2023,
God,
the
not
best
this.
way to make
What the
money
hell
on
is this?
Amazon is not.
No, go away. I don't want to make money on Amazon. Let's see. Well, fuck, I'll figure it out later. Okay. I don't know what to make out of that, really. I can't tell if it's like nonfiction, fiction. There was a article, and I'm pretty sure it was like a fake article, but it was hilarious. The title of it was, I tried to interview John Carpenter and he made me smoke weed and play Borderlands, which is like exactly what I would expect that John Carpenter would do. It's like a fiction documentary, a docu-style reenactment. Okay. Transformative content. All right. Well, make some transformative content here in a second. All right. So anyway, what I was bringing up before all this was I watched a movie on stream with Dana probably a couple months ago now. And it was one of the best like older movies that I had never seen. And in the kind of like campy slasher genre. And so I bought it and it just got in here recently. And this is Superstition. This just came in. This is from Scream Factory. It's an awesome film with some great special effects and some really, really good, like Italian style atmosphere. I highly, highly recommend that you get this if you don't have it on anything. I had never seen it until I watched it with Dana, and it is excellent. Put it up there with like anything from that time period. Came out, God, I wish I could see anymore, in 1982. And the only special features are a 2K scan, an interview with the director and the actor, the main actor. High recommendation. Yeah. I'm sure Wes probably already has this next one, and he's probably bought it right when it came out or requested it right when it came out. This is one that he and I used to watch a lot because it combines like a lot of things that we really love, which was Ralph Macchio, guitar, and the devil. This is Mill Creek's version of Crossroads. You got Jamie Gertz, Ralph Macchio. There's a lot of stuff that shows clips from this online now, like on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. Mostly of like Ralph Macchio playing the guitar, which was not Ralph Macchio playing the guitar. He just kind of act like he was playing the guitar, and then somebody else would take over. Steve Vai is like the main heel villain Satan in this. And but there's just Ry Cooder is the actual guy that did the it's a great name, by the way. Ry Cooder is the actual guy that did the guitar work for Ralph Macchio. And there's several great scenes in this movie, but the ending of this movie with the guitar showdown is what everybody knows about this movie. And it's well worth buying. And it was cheap as hell. It came with a slipcover like the one that the neighbors came with, but they didn't send it to me. I got it from eBay, and the fucking guy didn't send it. So that's kind of fitting for what's been going on here lately. Supernatural slasher is definitely what Superstition is. That's a great categorization of that movie. Supernatural slasher. Yep. What's up, Rambo? I thought you were streaming. Did I see your ass streaming? Let's see. I think I saw the Blu-ray of Superstition on Hamilton Books. It's been a while, so I'm not sure if they still have it. I got it from Diabolic. They may still have it on Diabolic if you want to get it. Witch Hunter says Crossroads is great. Dirk says Crossroads, hell yeah, Steve Vai and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Crossroads is awesome. Steve Vai, yes. A lot of Crossroads love in here. Ended a bit ago. Okay. It is based on Robert Johnson, like selling his soul to the devil to be able to play guitar. Such a weird concept. Yeah, Carter. It's the Britney Spears movie. So I've got a couple left over here, but they're pretty good ones. And then I say fuck it, and then we just like start talking about whatever. Because that's what kind of mood I'm in. Hopefully you did not pick this up unless you are an absolute like Lucio Fulci mark, because it was also $55 and did not need to be $55 for any reason. But the packaging on this is out freaking standing. I got to give it to him on this. This is the Psychic. I mean, it's pretty good, bulls. It's got a book. It's got the disc. It's not worth $55, but it's pretty damn pleasant looking. Yeah, I had to get this. When we did the Giallo streams, we talked about Fulci. If anybody hasn't seen those streams, like I really think that was some of the best stuff that I did. So if you haven't seen the Tour of Italy or Finding Argento, Tuesdays with Fulci, all those streams go through all those those people's movies. Check that out. And the Psychic's one of those that are in there. And the Psychic is a really underrated Fulci film, I think. It's got some really stupid scenes in it, but the overall tone of the movie and the ending of the movie and the soundtrack especially makes it like completely worthwhile. Let's see. The Psychic is okay. It gets put over because of Tarantino. I didn't have any idea Tarantino even gave a shit about it, really. I know he played a part of it in a movie, like one of his movies. Dirk says, I always thought that Stevie Ray was playing for Macho, but I was told that and never checked. No, it was pretty sure it was old Ry Cooder. Dirk says he got the Psychic as well. Yeah, I'm not saying, yeah, I agree with you. $55 is absolutely fucking ridiculous. MG says he loves the Psychic edition. While I do agree it's pricey, it's not far off what the second side is now charging for most of their releases. It's true. Also, I want that 4K House of the Cemetery from Arrow. Yeah, me too. See, that's what happens though, Matt. That's FOMO for you. Like I get on here. This is what these blue tubers do, and this is why these companies love them so much. They send them all this shit, except for me. They get on here and they're like, oh, look at this. Look at that. That's awesome. Packaging and then you're watching it and you're like, well, I need that. You really don't. I don't need that. I could just stream it or some shit. Yes, I 100% guarantee it'll be over $60. I don't know how much they'll do opera for. Opera probably fucking be $100. It'll probably come with a damn violin or something. 7 notes in black, I think. Something like that. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Listen, man. I don't know if you had that Tremors, the first one, the 4K like special edition or the limited edition of the first one that Arrow put out. But that thing's going for a flat out fortune on eBay right now. Like over $100 for that thing. And it was everywhere for like a long time. Yeah. Yeah, that's one I'm going to pick up too, Surviving the Game. I really like that movie. That's very in line with kind of like Hard Target too. Movie Junkie John, I can't even remember now. I didn't get the standard version. I didn't get the version where she with the cover was like she's screaming on it or anything. I got some sort of limited version. I can't remember which one now. It wasn't the big like Bible version though. Yeah, if you've got that, go on eBay and look at like how much that's going for currently. All right, and so I guess let's see if I think this is the last one that I got. No, I've got two I haven't shown on here. I'm gonna watch this tonight. If you've never seen this movie, then first of all, shame on you. But second of all, CK's got like a whole video talking about this movie. Lucky McKee May. This movie came out right around the time we started doing the show. I know that. I don't know exactly the date. God, I wish I could see. When the hell did this movie come out? Somebody on here pop up the date for me. I know it had to be between 2005 and 2008. But anyway, Angela Bettis is amazing in it. She gives like a really, really good performance. It's kind of like Carrie with a weird doll fetish kind of twist to it. And that is the question for the ages, Noah. What the hell did happen to Angela Bettis? As a matter of fact, that would be somebody good to do an interview with if we could figure out a way to get an interview with her and just kind of ask her what's been going on. We've got an interview coming up soon, by the way. I can't say who it is yet. I think a lot of people will like it though. The special features on this are a ton. I can't even like read them off. This is Second Sight, so you know it's going to be like completely packed with shit. It's got like lobby cards, a booklet. Just I can't even tell you all the special features, but I know a lot of people aren't a fan of this movie because it's kind of a slow burner kind of thing, but I always was. Second Sight, put that sucker out if you want to get that. I'm pretty sure it's still in print. Probably will be in print for a while, but will probably go out of print because I'm betting they didn't make a ton of them. Is that right, Max? Yeah, I'm a fan of his hairline. You don't really buy Blu-rays, Notorious Nemo? Are you a 4K snob? That's fine, buddy. That's fine. You can be whatever you want to be in this life, especially in this day and age. Kevin says he thinks in honor of the goofy new prequel coming out, I may get the original Pet Cemetery edition. Sounds like a plan. God damn, Rambo. Is it 2002 or 2003? I didn't know it was that early on. This is a big killer. Yeah, our interview in Angela Bettis. So, is everything all right? You okay? Pet Cemetery, Blood Rush. Yeah, that trailer looked like it was awesome. There is a YouTube channel called Filmix that uploads tons of low budget horror and other types of movies. They have Don't Go in the House on YouTube for free. So there you go, Filmix. The mayor's waiting for them to release April. I like what you did there, Mayor. All right, and the last one that I got in, probably one of my favorite modern horror films. A lot of people love it. Some people hate it. I don't give a damn because it's an amazing film. It's got an amazing premise, and it's really original, especially for the time period it came out. So I already opened this and began to watch it. This is the It Follows special edition from Second Sight Films. I saw this movie in the theater with Savannah. It probably was one of the first films that we saw together, and I was completely blown away by this movie when I saw it. I was like, what in God's name? Because there was no hype around it. Nobody knew anything about it. And it completely like blew me away. I thought that the concept of it, a lot of the camera angles, the cinematography in it, a lot of just how it was made was incredibly effective. I think like this is what Smile kind of wanted to be, but didn't achieve at all. And it comes with all of the things you think it would. Same thing as with the May edition, really. Except this, my dear Notorious Nemo, is a 4K. So you can buy this and feel satisfied that you are in the upper echelon of collectors, sir. And then here, let me show you all the shit that I got from Vinegar Syndrome, too. Fuck you. Bunch of fucking holler rats. You don't even know what Vinegar Syndrome is. You probably put it on you fucking beans and cornbread and shit if thinking it's something like chow chow mix. Let me tell you something about this area. And I'm just going to be honest about this because it's true. There's way too many people with way too much time on their hands. They're just driving around, trying to get into shit, trying to get into trouble. Find something to do. I'm begging you to find something to do other than steal shit off people's porches and mailboxes. I'm sure you can find something. Go fucking walk down the railroad track or something. I swear to God. Anyway, back to the chat at hand here. Yeah, the soundtrack. I forgot about the soundtrack, but it's especially the what do they call them, like the stingers in it and stuff too. Mike from Grindhouse Video hates It Follows. Went a really long rant about how much he hates it. Well, Mike's a dumbass. Actually, no, that's not true. Mike is a wonderful man. We just happen to disagree on this movie. He's a great guy. I apologize. I spoke in air. It Follows should have been a franchise with a bunch of weird sequels because it was killer. I agree. Noah says it's nuts that the director of It Follows has only done one other film since then. What was the other film? Because I'm not even entirely sure I know. Oh, yeah, Rambo. You missed the whole part in the beginning of the stream. I was supposed to have a lot more stuff to show on here. A lot of stuff from Vinegar Syndrome came in today. It came in, it was delivered to my mailbox, and then somebody stole it from my mailbox. Or it got delivered to another house. It really doesn't matter to me. Like, it's not here, and I'll probably never see it again. Like, something getting delivered to somebody else's house around here is about the same as, like, if you just threw it down a well. You're never going to see it again. Mike seems like a good dude, but he has awful taste. Yeah. Well, we've got some ideas coming up we're working on for shows. One of them in particular, I think that people will like a lot. It's something we've never really done before, and it'll be coming up, I think, in the next week or so. Nubs, the Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. I think there's a video of us doing a reaction to that trailer floating around on the site. It looks like bullshit. Toxic Avenger reboot. I haven't seen anything about that really. I don't have any faith that it'll be any good. Oh, how much did each one cost? One of them was 50, and the other one was probably 30 or 40. Because one of them was a couple of the shirts they had on sale when they did that last sale, and one of them was the Fabio Frizzi book and Annie Lee's meat pies. Which actually, out of all that shit, I'm most kind of upset about the Fabio Frizzi book. Ain't nobody knows who the fuck that is around here. And you know they got to be just absolutely just disheartened that they got a book. I'm telling you, though. I'm telling you. Go on Facebook Marketplace around here. Anybody that knows where we're at, go on Facebook Marketplace. I guarantee you, if it's not just like at somebody's house and somebody actually did steal it, which I think they did, you will see that on there in the next week. People around here don't have any sense when it comes to stuff like that. It will be on Facebook. Yes, Nubs. My entire Vinegar Syndrome order was stolen today. I filed a investigative complaint with the post office. Apparently, the post office has like a branch that's like the X Files, where they have like investigators that go out and try to figure out what happened to your package. I'm highly skeptical of how like well they'll do with that, but they're supposed to investigate something. And those packages were insured somehow. I don't know how. Like I said, like I didn't pay to have them insured, but like they were insured with whatever shipping that was. So I don't know how that works. I'm assuming that if they can't figure out what happened, you file some sort of document or something and get your money. I don't know. When is the Cool Duder shoot? I have no idea. I wish I did. Like it's basically every week here. What's up, Tony? I sold, just a side note, just for Tony. I sold all of my Resident Evil stuff and made a pretty good profit, considering I didn't have anything in them. So I sold Resident Evil, the first one, on PlayStation 1 for $190. I sold part 2 for, I can't remember. It's somewhere between 50 and 60. And part 3 went for, I think it was 80 something, 80 or 90. So, yeah, that was pretty killer. I had no idea that those were that popular in that realm. So I think I did really well on those. I also sold something, I don't know if anybody's familiar with like old NES games, but I sold one called the Cryon Conquest, which I found in like a box of NES tapes that I traded with my cousin for about 15 years ago. And we just traded like different NES games. I think I traded him Super Nintendo games for regular Nintendo games. And that was one of them that was in there. And I sold that for $80. It's like I don't have a Nintendo. Never gonna play it, but yeah. No, Rat, I wish that was true, but we checked like all around the area and there's nothing. Oh wait, did I say fuck? Hold on. I may have said Resident Evil 1 in that. I did not mean that. It was Silent Hill. That was the one that sold for $190. I don't have the original Resident Evil. I've got Resident Evil 2 and 3, but Silent Hill was the one that sold for $190. So I misspoke on that. Sorry, Jackson Jack. I'm fairly certain you wouldn't have paid more than $190 for it, though, for being honest. Dirk says, speaking of games, The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre is funner than shit. Well, that's good. I'm not shit. See, I just don't have systems or anything anymore. It's hard for me to like to find anything to play the stuff on nowadays. Yeah, I found a bunch of games in a tote that were over at my dad's, and those were all a part of them. And it just so happened that the Silent Hill one was pretty much in like mint condition, and I think that helped it a lot too. It came complete with. See, I didn't know any of this stuff until like Anthony was telling me about it, but there's a whole world that we don't know about, like Tales from the Dark Side, of collectors of video games who are as anal about that shit as we are about like physical media. Meaning like that Silent Hill sold better for me because it had a warranty card in it that hadn't ever been filled out. That's a big deal. Like if you took the warranty card out and like filled it out, then it decreases the price of it. Like there's like cards, like certain editions have a black card, certain editions have like another type of card or something like that. Yeah. So there's all kinds of factors that go into it that I don't even have any idea about. Silent Hill in particular is coming back big time now. That's why resale has gone up. Yeah. The good old registration cards. Yep. That to me is the dumbest shit imaginable, but I guess I get it. Like, if you're a completist, like you want everything like exactly as it came, I kind of understand that. But at the same time, you're paying like an extra $50, $100 for a fucking registration card that's been filled out or not filled out. You got to think about on some level like how crazy that is. It is, yeah. The warranty card is the version of a slipcover. Yeah. Those games don't have slipcovers, so it's like they're just like CD boxes. So you open it up, and it's like the little booklet that came in it. That's a huge deal. If that's in mint shape, or if it's got any kind of like, flap tears or any kind of folding at all, that's a big deal. If it's got like warranty card in it, some of them have like I forget what it was called, but it was like you could sign up for certain things and like fan club stuff in them. And if those are still in it, it increases the value. It's pretty fascinating, but I don't know. Yeah, God, what the fuck are you doing in here? Oh my God.
Still unboxing some shit?
No, I'm done. It's all yours now.
Because I was going to film a video for this, but I was like, hell, he's on there live. Let's go ahead and get this over with.
Yeah, get the party going.
So, how's everybody doing out there tonight? Y'all doing all right? Can you hear me good and everything? Am I professional sounded and all that? We got to 1 week from tonight, Uncle Bill's the Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday Flash pre-sale.
I did not actually even know that.
So that's a week from tonight at 11:30. Still got 100 and some people in here, man. What the hell? So
people love to just talk about physical media, man. You know this.
This is physical media, but this is autographed, man. So
is that a brick of cocaine?
Yes.
Autographed by Pablo Escobar's son?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On the Walmart melatonin with his shadow buddies. What? No, Holmes, I'm going to get some of those chews from Cheech and Chong, eh?
What were they called again? Fucking
Cheech and Chong's Cruise Shoes.
that's right.
The gummies that just mellow you out. This is the package that I stole from your porch, Uncle Bill.
That's cute.
I've actually had this for a few days because I knew I had to tell this story because it's so bizarre. Because
It can't be as bizarre as what happened to me today, but go ahead. Yeah.
so here's the thing. I don't have a certificate of authenticity with this, but I have researched this quite a bit before I made this purchase. And the guy that I bought this off of was not the smartest person. You can clearly tell. And you can run into that from time to time.
What the fuck? So you're just taking advantage of people that have like.
Well, no, it's on eBay. He just didn't know what he had.
Oh, I see. I thought you actually knew this guy or something. Or like,
So I will. I have hundreds of save searches on eBay, and I have tons of junk mail. But for items like this is the reason that I go through all that pain and suffering, Uncle Bill, because the deal that I got on this thing, people are not going to fucking believe this. So I want to open it and make sure it's in good condition and shit, because it could be busted all to hell, but we'll see. And I was just shocked that it was listed this way. And the signatures, there's two signatures. They match up with all the signatures that I've ever seen from these people. And it's not on the most ideal item.
mm-hmm.
I won't be honest with you. Oh, they got it packaged like cocaine. Looks like there's fucking cigarette ashes in this.
There probably is.
So I was just like, I don't know. I will explain it a little bit more detail when I get it open, but it was one of those deals where I was like, what the fuck? Really? Because I looked this up. I don't know if they had like a signing for this particular release back in the day in Hollywood, but there were a couple of other ones that were similar that were online for $399.
Well, you're killing me. What the fuck is this?
I got to be careful, man, getting it open here. Come on. All right, there we go. He does have it packaged pretty well, it seems like. All right. Oh, wow.
Everybody get ready.
He's got it, and it's his own case. Okay. All right. Well, so what I found is the listing on this was a VHS, Psycho VHS, signed by Vera Miles and Joseph Stefano. But it was signed by Janet Leigh and Joseph Stefano.
Holy Lord.
So you can see that on there, boy.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Well, the glare is a little much, but I get the idea. Yeah.
And I'm all out of focus now.
Oh, you're all out of love.
But yeah, he's got a protective case on it. I was going to ask Sean Clark about it, but Sean's been kind of busy with his little convention that he's putting on.
There you go.
Let's take it out of the plastic and I can show it a little bit better. I don't care.
Yeah, that small convention that he's working on right now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He might go broke with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But both of these people are passed away. There's still some glare going there, but
That looks better that way, though. Yeah.
it's a 1991 VHS release. Signed by. Yeah.
I just wonder, like, what the story was behind that. Like,
I don't know. I think because I've seen a couple of ones that are similar, same release and the same signatures on them. So I think that they probably had some sort of signing in Hollywood around that time for that release. This was 1991. So I don't know if anybody would even remember it. But yeah, I did touch something that Janet Leigh touched. And I'm going to put my dick on it here in a little bit.
Hey, God.
And touch it with my Peter. But yeah, I mean, I really just wanted to show you guys. I'll probably make this as a separate video too, just so I can get it out there. But yeah, this is one of the better finds that I've found on eBay in quite some time.
Yeah, you
'Cause
don't ever find shit like that cheap.
Janet Leigh's been dead, what, about 20 years at this point?
I have no idea. Last thing I remember Janet Leigh being in was H2O. And I don't know what happened to her after that.
Yeah, and that was what? That was like 25, 26
98.
years ago.
Yeah.
26 years ago. So how much I paid, and this is the funny thing. So I was thinking, okay, it wasn't even that much to begin with, Uncle Bill. It was like $60 or something like that. And it had best offer on it.
You got to do the best offer thing. That's the best thing on eBay.
And I probably could have got it for even cheaper. Like I put $40 on it and boom, $40 free shipping.
That's killer. Yeah, somebody definitely had no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you look at that though and not know whose signature that is?
Yeah. I don't know. But if you want to look up rare autographs and shit, VHS tapes is the ones that, like, that's the item you can get fairly good deals on prices for, because they're not, I guess they're not as easy to display or whatever. But yeah, I was extremely excited when I saw that, and I was like, he's taking $40 for this. Holy shit. Even if it's fake, which I really don't think so. Like, it's one of those deals where you never really know, I don't guess.
That's true. Remember when
you
you
making much money on it? Yeah. No, I know.
That's so killer.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that was
that was a genius idea though. I won't give you that. Because like that's gotta be the easiest signature.
Oh, Shaq. It was like a big S and an O.
It'd be like doing Bruce Campbell's signature. Like anybody could fucking do that, and nobody would have any idea.
Well, that's the deal, Mayor. I mean, I guess I could get it authenticated. But I think I've got a pretty good eye for that shit, and both signatures look pretty dead on to me. So, who's to say? I mean, either way, you're not going to know unless you actually witnessed or sign it. So. Look, it looks so nice.
Look at that.
Oh.
Look at it.
Anyway.
How the fuck would you get something like that authenticated? You'd have to send that off to
There's companies that do it. I think some of the bigger conventions, they have a table set up and they'll charge you like $15 or something to
see. I know they do that shit at a lot of those Comic Cons and stuff. They need to have something like that, like Whorehound, where you get like shit authenticated.
I think they
all
do.
kinds of stuff.
I don't know if it's at Whorehound. I don't know if Whorehound has actually had it, but like I know some of the bigger conventions have.
I'll tell you one thing that they've been doing with that recently, though. It's a bunch of bullshit. Like they'll charge you by like whatever the price is. Have you heard of that? Like they take a percentage of how much ever that they determine that it's worth, rather than being like a set price.
Fuck you! That's what I tell them.
Yeah.
But like, they have DNA authenticated now, so they can try to find a trace of DNA on the item.
Ooh, that'd be killer.
Oh God!
Well,
what I don't get is like the way they want to get people is. So you got this shit signed just now in the convention, and you got to get it authenticated by these other assholes, although you just fucking saw them sign it.
Basically, the only thing really worth authenticating anymore is comic books and like VHS tapes. Like for some reason, those two things, like you have to get them authenticated, or they're not worth anything. I guess cards to some degree or another too. Like basketball cards.
Yeah, graded. They get those graded though, don't they?
I just think all that shit's stupid. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, that whole thing is just ridiculous anymore. Oh, how sharp are the corners on that motherfucker?
I want to be able to cut cheese with that fucking VHS tape.
So, but yeah, I'll probably post photos, and I may just do another like brief video on it or whatever. But yeah, that was just kind of a shocker to me when I saw it at that price. So you can still get deals, boys.
They're out there.
I have to look.
The truth is out there somewhere.
Oh,
Be on the lookout though for anybody that you see in Prestonsburg wearing like a Vinegar Syndrome shirt. If you see anybody,
They'd be
I wanna know
skin
who.
tight on me, so I don't know. That'd be funny. Show like, "Hey, look at my muscles, look out." But also somebody was asking about these hats. We have a few of them left. I know some guy bought one of each today, which I'm sending out tomorrow to you, buddy. Appreciate it. And we ain't talked about the hats enough, Uncle Bill. I don't think we have. These are quality fucking hats, boys. Now, embroidered, that's very important. They're not the cheap iron-on
No,
bullshit. So
they're great hats. Yeah, I'm not even bullshitting
yeah,
about that.
I'm kind of a hat guy, and I'm kind of a snob about that sort of thing. So you can look on the inside there; it's fully embroidered and everything. It's sort of a big deal. There you go, Mikey.
I've got mine over there on Rage Guy. So
Yeah. Yeah. We got Timu Michael Myers over here with mine.
that fucking mask is killer. So have you bought anything though, or got anything in? Other than that, I mean,
I got the last horror film in recently. Do you want to talk about since we've got like some loyal fans in here, you want to talk about our next interview, which we haven't recorded yet?
That's true.
We're hoping to do it. He's agreed to do it.
He has. He actually got back with me too. We don't have a date nailed down or anything, but I have a feeling that this guy is not a dude that like checks his email every single day.
Yeah. He's an old man too.
That's true.
A little interesting bit of trivia for you. This guy was the guy that helped sculpt the face of Michael Myers, the original Shatner 75 mask. He worked at Dawn Post Studios. Anybody want to guess who that is?
I would be amazed if somebody knew this.
That's a very obscure bit of trivia.
Yep.
For you. It ain't Larry Facing.
Harry Reams.
Yes,
No.
you got it. Harry Reams.
No.
William Shatner's dad, Tony Moran.
Nope, not Tommy Lee Wallace.
Tommy Lee
We're not
Wallace
talking
spray
about
painted the hat.
Yeah, we're talking about the original
mask.
Shatner mask. Yeah. This guy has a place in history for just that fact alone, but he's also probably more well known for something else.
Yeah. For there was an episode of the late night evening news where he flicked his wiener out and showed everybody. No,
that's not it. Uh-oh.
Oh, do we have a winner?
We got a winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
Dawn Post Jr., boys.
There it is. Dawn Post. So coming up, hopefully next week.
Next couple of weeks.
Well, fuck. Next couple of weeks then. Will be William Malone, who you guys might know as the director of Creature. He directed Scared to Death. He also directed one of my favorite, like, late 90s movies, House on Haunted Hill remake. And he's currently working on the Parasomnia Blu-ray.
He was one of the masters of horror too.
He was.
Fair-haired child, I think that was he only did one episode, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember like any others.
So we're not going to really be promoting it very much just because we want to wait and get it nailed down, and then we record. I think it's better to record those interviews because there's too many issues that can come up on these live streams the way we record them. So should be, yeah, he actually owns the Robbie the Robot from Forbidden Planet, and he's a big collector of, props and memorabilia and shit.
Yeah. So we, I know I'm excited about that. And because that's one guy we've never talked to.
Right.
Especially a guy that's like a master of horror that we've never talked to either. And
I want to watch House on Haunted Hill again because I remember liking it, but it's probably been 20 years since I've seen it.
Yeah.
That'll be fun though. I think that'll be a good discussion there because he's got he's got a story. He's another one that's got a very like starting just mass making and shit and developing into a filmmaker. Not from California. I think he's from Michigan originally and just moved out there.
Yep.
So definite. You're not a master of horror until you talk to Dead Pit. You hear that, Eli Roth? You piece of trash.
How many Masters of Horror we had on the show, I wonder?
Oh, we can go through them here. We had John Carpenter, of course.
Yep.
Stuart Gordon, Mick Garris. Joe Dante.
Yep.
Didn't Tom Holland do an episode?
Yep.
5. Who else?
John
Landis was on the End of the Pit documentary.
Yeah, John Landis, we talked to him.
I mean, we talked to him in person.
We did. I'm trying to think of who else were the Masters of Horror that he had.
Somebody else can help us here. I don't know. William Malone knows a new one.
Carpenter, of course, but Toby Hooper, we never got a chance to talk to. I always hate that.
Yeah.
Not for lack of trying, though.
I'd probably just talk real slow. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. I'm thinking,
give me a Dr. Pepper.
Oh, I don't know. But it'd be cool to say that we had him on the show.
Romero was going to do one, but he backed out. We had Takashi McKay on. He was awesome. He was like, I knew that was coming.
Daddy Funky!
Get this Jack.
Lucky McKee. How could we forget him? We had Lucky McKee on.
We did, yeah.
I think a lot of those guys we got through the Masters of Horror show, though, honestly.
I think we did.
I'm not mistaken. I think that's how we got all of them, or most of them at least. Yeah,
I know there's somebody that we're forgetting, but that's the ones that I can remember anyway.
Yeah, we did a bunch of them, Masters of Horror, and we're trying to.
We did do Rob Schmidt, didn't we?
Rob Schmidt he's not a Masters of Horror or a Master of Horror really, but we did do an interview with him as well.
I don't remember that being a particularly good interview.
I mean, it wasn't the worst, but
yeah,
he hadn't done much either, man. What all else did he do? He did the first Wrong Turn movie. And he did one other horror movie, I think, but it flopped really bad. I don't know.
I'm not sure either. Don Coscarelli's the one, really. I mean, that we're missing.
He's the big one that I would like to do. But what are you going to do, man? I mean,
we can't make him do it. Go to his house and sit on his porch or something.
Yeah, I don't think we ever interviewed Larry Cohen, did we? I don't remember.
Larry Cohen, I feel like that Larry Cohen and our styles would not mix well together. He's like a fucking New York kind of guy, and that just doesn't.
Well, it depends. Some of the New York guys like us because we're so fucking goofy. We're almost like the Three Stooges to them or something.
Yeah, but I feel like he would have been more like Lloyd Kaufman. I just don't feel like it would have jailed.
Yeah.
Is Lloyd Kaufman a master of horror?
No. I don't know if he's a master of anything except shilling. He's a master of shilling. Yeah, we mentioned Mick Garris. We never interviewed Ernest Dickerson. I don't think we ever will.
We did interview Kenton Dickerson, though.
That's Ernest's half brother.
Yeah. Freaking would have been killer. Listen, I actually thought about that, but like I tried to get a hold of him, but there's no way to get a hold of him. Like there was no way to get in touch with him.
Somebody like that probably just didn't have, probably had a flip phone or something like that. And I don't think he had Twitter or anything, did he?
I don't know if he did or not. I remember him doing an interview where he said he had a website for a while, but like he got so mad at like all the stupid questions people were sending him that he took it down. It just fucking like he would read through the emails and stuff, and he just pissed him off, so he took it down. That's the only way to get a hold of him for a long time. If you're a fan, that is.
Yeah, I don't think he really did podcasts anyway. Did Mick Garris ever have him on?
Yeah. Yeah, Mick Garris interviewed him. There's a YouTube video of him interviewing Freaking. Actually, a two-parter.
How come we asked Mick to be on our show? How come he never asked us to be on his show? I mean, we are the first horror podcast,
That's true.
motherfucker.
I don't know. It'd be killer if we were on there and people, who the fuck's that? Who is that?
George Lucas interview.
That's right.
Oh God.
I don't think Cronenberg. Have you ever known Cronenberg to do an interview on anything? Like, I don't think that guy does anything like that.
No, don't think he has. I haven't seen one. And let's be honest, Cronenberg comes. I mean, maybe he's not, but he just comes across as like a really pretentious motherfucker. Anyway, like I don't think that probably wouldn't be that good of an interview.
I think I just think he's really introverted and shy.
We'll call Harvey Weinstein from prison.
Will
on
we?
the show?
Yeah. Hey, buddy. What's
Rinky dinky dink. We're gonna do that watch along with Rambo for Skin and Marine.
do you really want to do that, man? Like, do you want to like
that?
why?
Now, that would be a challenge, though, to try
Yeah,
to
like
not only try to watch it and get through it, but make it try to make it entertaining.
how though? Think about that. How would we make that entertaining?
Well, I mean, we did. I think we did a damn good job over Evil Dead Rise, trying to make that entertaining. I mean,
Yeah, but there's shit going on in that movie. This would be like we would have to make paint dry entertaining somehow or another.
That's true. There was a lot of girls puking up semen in the Evil Dead Rise. That was entertaining, at least.
I was trying to
They should have hired that Riley Reid to be the mother, and that would have been killer.
God.
How awesome would that have been? It could come out of both ends from her.
I'm still waiting to be on one of his fucking media things too, Mayor. I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Who? Mid-level media?
Yeah.
I told him that you wanted to do one of them, and it makes sense. The October one, well, the one for coming up the 1st of October would be perfect.
Listen, buddy, I'm getting used to fucking people shitting all over me like I don't even exist on this show. You got people like fucking, oh, let's get CK on. Fuck CK.
Buddy, fuck you. Don't blame
What I
me.
say.
I think people are just intimidated by you. You're like a loose cannon.
That's what it is. You remember that? Did you ever see that shit interview where it was like Iron Sheik and Marty Jannetty? And like Marty Jannetty was telling that story about like Iron Sheik took a woman back to his room that was supposed to be with Marty Jannetty and like gave her a bunch of like drugs and stuff. And then she asked where he was at. And Iron Sheik was like, oh, fucking Marty Jannetty. Did he give you the drugs? No. That's the same thing here.
Poor old Marty
Oh,
Jannetty.
no.
Salo for Christmas this December. I think we need to make it happen.
Oh my God. Can we not do any more sacrilegious shit?
We got to eat shit for Christmas, Uncle Bill.
That's the tagline.
Eat
It has
shit
to
this
be.
Christmas.
That's fucking
Yeah. Big
I
festive
don't-
red shirt that says eat shit this Christmas. Silo live commentary.
Oh my God. That's almost too killer not to do now that I think about it.
Eat shit for Christmas in 2020.
2023.
That cross-eyed guy. Oh.
Holy shit. Eat shit for Christmas. Can we stream that like with Garrett too? Will he live stream that with us?
Garrett would want to get fucking paid though. Hey, honestly, I want to talk about something serious though for a second here because we haven't really mentioned it very much on any of these live streams. The Patreon page, Dead Pit on Patreon.com, they added a new feature on there that makes it a lot easier to find what you're looking for. It's called collections. So we've got separate ones set up now for the original Dead Pit show, the midweek show, the unedited interviews, a bunch of other ones. So if people were complaining about, hey, where in the hell is this at? Check out collections on the Dead Pit on Patreon page. It's pretty neat, actually. You can type in just a name of a movie. Have we ever reviewed it? And it'll pop right up on there, Uncle Bill.
Anything you want to find, anything in the search function, you can find now.
The goal too is what, because those podcasts are all up. All the original Dead Pit shows are up. 401 episodes of the original Dead Pit show. Like 257 midweek shows. We're running in on close to 200 MWO podcast episodes from when we come back to now, which is crazy. So literally like probably 1,000 shows, thousands of hours of shit, 150 fan commentaries, whatever it is. I don't know.
I'm not sure if I've ever asked you this before, but I'm going to ask you now. Gun to your head. If you had to pick, what is your favorite show that we ever did? Doesn't have to be an interview. I'm just saying your favorite show that we ever did.
I mean, I can think of moments. I can't think of like an entire show. I think one of the craziest moments in the history of the show was the call-in where horror queen Lydia called in live from the strip club. She was getting ready to go out there and do her thing. And she was drunk or something else. And I was just like, God, this is just wild. We put together the wildest damn thing, and it's so random. But the thing is like, and I know like there's more people that's way more popular now and people on YouTube and everything else. But for that time frame, there was nobody else doing that shit. Like the call-ins and just the craziness and shit in the interviews and all that. And it's a fucking steal. I mean, to have all that shit, most of it for just $5 a month, Uncle Bill. I mean, I hate to shill the stuff, but it's a hell of a deal. I just want everybody to get in on it.
That's all he wants. He just wants you to get in on the deals.
And if we had Patreon back in the day, man, it would have been a game changer. Because literally, when we started back doing this show 3 years ago, we started over, really. I mean, it's a different platform. But if they had that in 2008, 2009,
it'd have been a whole other ball game, Bulls. Would we do call-ins again? I think we should at some point. I think we should just say fuck it and just see what happens. And I'm sure that there'll be some crazy assholes that'll call in, but I think it'll be worth it almost.
Well, the only problem though is sometimes, and I think our buddy CHH had that issue where somebody would just call in and like scream a particular word that's very offensive to certain people. That's all I'll say. And then that can get you kicked off of YouTube. So
maybe we should do it like
patrons maybe is the only ones that can call in.
That'd be a good idea, yeah.
Hell yeah. So you gotta at least pay something if you want to fucking try to get us kicked off of YouTube.
What about this? What about this idea? What if we did a pre-recorded call in? That way we could edit it. Like put it into some.
I don't want to edit though. That's the whole thing I like about these live shows.
Well, I mean, everybody likes that about live streams, but shit, you got somebody on there screaming obscenities or something, you have to edit that.
Well, there's software that you can get to do those call-ins. I mean, we could definitely do it, but
we need 3-second delay. Is there like a 3-second delay software? That'd be awesome.
Buddy, we ain't got producers and shit.
Well, fuck. I mean, just saying. This is the question of the decade. When is Dana going to sign up to one of our tiers?
She's not going to. I don't know if Steve won't let her, or I don't know, man, because Dana back in the day, she was like everything that we put out, she got. But anymore, I just don't think I don't know. I don't think she likes us anymore, Uncle Bill.
She don't like us? She don't think we're no count?
You know, she told me that she don't even have a copy.
How can you keep bringing shit in there?
Into the Pit, the shocking story of deadpit.com.
Right. I'll bet that she doesn't even have a signed copy of it either, which you can also get.
Yeah, we're
Right
signing
now.
them now. $20 shipped. $10 shipped on Patreon. So you can become a dollar tier person on Patreon and get it for half price.
Mm.
Dana
Mm-mm-mm.
paying $35 to fucking Joe Bob. That's the thing that makes me mad.
Me too. That's bullshit, man.
Joe Bob's got fucking like 2,700 patrons or something like that. That motherfucker's making more on Patreon than he's making on Shudder. I bet you anything.
Yep. But that's another one, though. That's another possibility. Not him, per se. I don't give a shit about him, but. Oh.
She's nice. I wouldn't mind. I'd give her money.
Would you? I'll bet.
Yeah.
So what else is going on, though, in the world today besides cracker bottom thieves?
Nothing. I actually got
mad
a
about
review,
that. I
got a
can too.
review coming out for this. This is and these guys are kind of topical because it's Womp Stomp Films, Uncle Bill. This is the soundtrack for Never Hike Alone that
Oh,
Scare Flare Records did, and it's really, really cool. But they've got Dylan's New Nightmare out. It's a New Nightmare fan film that stars Miko Hughes. He's reprising his role as what the hell was his name in New Nightmare? I don't even remember. Dylan, I guess. It's Dylan's New Nightmare. Yeah. And they've got Never Hike Alone 2 coming out.
hiya, Pop.
Oh, Rambo don't like Womp Stomps.
Womp Stomp.
I thought he liked that movie, Never Hike Alone. Seems like I remember seeing a review that he did.
He didn't think it was no count. He didn't like it.
No, something must have happened.
He told me them guys fucking suck ass. He don't want to talk to
I ain't imagining shit, bulls. I got a good memory about certain things.
Max Berry wants to know again. I've already said this, but how much money I lost in that package? There's actually 2 packages altogether, probably like $100, close to $100.
Well, they're insured though, right?
They are, which is crazy, but yeah, they both are.
See, Rambo said he did like it, but he had to fight with him drama-wise.
What'd they do? What'd they say? Have you seen the Dark Harvest trailer? This dude really wants somebody to watch the Dark Harvest trailer right now.
What the hell is that? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. Let's watch it. You ready? If we put a commentary over it, it makes it our own, apparently.
It might if it don't shut the stream down.
Well, fuck, you're the one told me to do another one.
YouTube is like the Lord. It works in mysterious ways because, like, you can, like, it'll shut the stream down temporarily, and then when you stop playing it, the stream will come back. But the archived version will have everything on it. That doesn't make no sense.
I'm gonna try to find it.
Dark Harvest.
It's too late for YouTube to give a shit about what's going on.
Oh, they've got little robots in the machine.
Ghosts in the machine. Let's see. I don't want to watch that. That don't look like a no count anyway.
The second one. What was the second one called? Was it Never Hike in the Snow or something like that?
Yeah, Never Hike in the Snow.
That one isn't any good. Like, I don't have anything against those guys. I think they actually follow us on Twitter. But yeah, that one was nowhere near as good. I don't even understand the point of them making that one other than just to make money. Never Hike in the Snow. There you go. I won't hike at all. I won't hike in the snow. I ain't going to hike in the summertime. I ain't going to hike anywhere because that shit's lame. Good. Who the fuck invented hiking, by the way?
I don't know. Same people that eat granola bars and shit.
Yeah. I'm going to climb up this fucking mountain.
If you ever see anybody that like pulls a Ziploc bag out that has trail mix in it, them are the motherfuckers that are hiking. It's all people.
Oh shit!
That do anything like that.
Poor old fucking what's his damn name? That got lost up there hiking in Mount Baldo or wherever the hell it is.
Julian Sands.
Julian Sands.
Yeah.
Somebody should have told him to never hike alone.
That's too soon. You can't do that. You can't say that on air. Good Lord.
You should never hike at all, Julian Sands. You were fucking almost 70 years old. Mount Baldo, buddy's a tough fucking mountain, they said, or whatever the hell it's called. Mount Baldy.
What, Mount Baldy, a wrestler or something?
I don't know.
Or is that some sort of wrestling thing?
I don't know.
Did you hear about that shit? Somebody brought this up too. The hot chip challenge killed some kid. Did you see it?
How?
I don't know. Some teenage kid did the hot chip challenge or something, and it caused him to I don't know if he had a pre-existing condition he didn't know about, but he fucking died right afterwards.
What a way to fucking go, boy.
That'd be the way I'd end up fucking going some bullshit like that. I eat a fucking Pringle and die or something. Oh.
Uncle Bill would choke on cum.
Buddy, fuck you.
Oh, fuck.
Such fucking dick. What would that be like, by the way? What would that be like?
Oh, shit. You know what's bad is I'm sure somebody's died because of that.
Oh, God.
Imagine calling a fucking ambulance. My buddy just jacked off. I better quit.
Yeah, you worried about getting off the trailer. You talking about somebody choking death on cum in the background. Just to call the 911 call.
Oh God, that's thick. That shit was like
that's
was
frothy. It's like trying to fuck down a peanut butter milkshake, boys.
Oh gosh. Well, I don't think we can top that, Uncle Bill. I'm going to get off
it's probably time to go after that.
I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, thanks to everybody.
What the hell's Garrett still doing up?
Garrett's always up. That motherfucker's like some sort of bridge troll. He stays up constantly.
Yeah.
But thanks to everyone.
Uncle.
Thanks.
I just saw that. Oh shit.
Thanks to everybody for coming in. And I guess I don't even know where to go from this.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah.
You got it ready.
Wait. No, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Oh, okay, do it.
Over at
deadpit.com.
Give us a thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I don't care. Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.